One of the things I've been asked is how to duplicate stuff in such a way that I can work on one side of a face and still have it appear on the other side, so I don't have to mirror, I don't have to duplicate or model the same thing twice. The easiest thing to do is, for me at least, is to go to Edit, Duplicate Special Options box, and I'm just gonna set these to 0 because I don't want to rotate anything. But I'm going to go for geometry type instance because I want to create an instance of this object. I'm going to group under parent, that's fine. I'm going to create one copy. I'm going to have no translations on it, no rotations on it, so they're all set to 0. And the scale, I'm going to scale in Z axis X, so it's going to go X, Y, Z. Z is going to be -1. Now this should work. If I click apply, it means I get a copy of the one side of the face on the other side because it's duplicated in -1. But because it's an instance, if I move vertices on this side, they will also move on the other side. So it's really handy. This really is only going to work if I've got it in the middle, so I've got it on the origin and I duplicate across the origin. If I grab this now, if I move this, you'll see they move apart if I select the vertices. So I want to be careful that my original is on one side of the origin, so I duplicate it. So the duplicate creates a mirror image on the other side of the origin. And what this also means is that I can make changes to this, so I can extrude and I can extrude and give it some horns, and the same thing will happen on the other side as well because this now is an instance. And you know, when I want to merge them together, I can just select them both and I can just combine them and merge them together, and that works perfectly well. Let's have a look. So I'm going to just go to turn off two-sided lighting just to make sure that's done that correctly, and the polyunite has worked okay. The thing to watch out for is when it's merged back together, it won't merge the vertices together. So if I grab this side, even though I combine them together, this faces are still separate because it hasn't merged the verts together. To do that, I want to just go round and I just want to click on the Merge Vertices tool and just go around clicking on that, and that should do the job. So if I grab that one vert there and that one vert there, you can see they're merged together, unlike this one which I haven't merged yet, which is obviously separate. Another thing I can do is if I can't be bothered to go around it and merge all the vertices, I can just grab all the vertices that are separated along the seam there, and I can double click on Merge Vertices and it will give me a threshold. And if I'm very careful and I play around with this threshold, so any two vertices which are 0.02 apart, it will merge together. So if I apply this, you won't see anything happen, but what should happen is it'll have sewed them together. It was imperceptible because they were right over the top of each other, but I assure you it did happen. So if I undo it, if it'll let me do it, it should see that they're separated, but it's not letting me do it. No, it's not going to let me undo it, but it has merged them together, so it's quite a handy way of doing a whole set using the Merge Vertices tools there. But that's just a quick way of working on one side of an object and just being able to see how it updates on the other side using the Edit Duplicate Special tool.